Dear Diet. Oh. Hello! Oh, no. Nope. Hey! That's not right either. You know what? I just need to start. I can think of something different later. Dear Diary, today is August 1st, 1997. I'm opening box number 1 out of 43. Wow! Alright. So, we're in Michigan. My back still hurts from the car ride over here. It was a pretty quick move. The drive from Colorado to Michigan is no joke. Mom found my recorder in a box while she was unpacking and thought it would be good for me to talk out my feelings with something comforting. I tried to get all my old stories back from it, but I think they got lost during the move. I've been contemplating all day whether or not that's a good or bad thing. Honestly, I don't feel anything. I guess I haven't for a while now. Ever since the incident. Michael has been traveling around with Dad. I asked to go with them, but Mom said it would be better for me to stay here and help her get settled in the new house. I think I finally understand. Well, at least know the reason. They always want someone to be with Michael. They don't want him to be alone. And if I were there, it would mean one parent having their attention split 2 ways, leaving gaps in time where Michael wouldn't be being watched. Plus, I don't think they trust me anymore. I guess I get it, but it still hurts. Both of them look at me like I'm about to burst at any moment. I think they're worried I'm gonna try and do what Michael did. I haven't talked to Michael since the incident. We moved almost immediately after because of the talk spreading around town. He hasn't called. Mom and Dad are trying to play everything off as an accident, but I hear my mom cry every night through the thin walls. She just keeps asking herself over and over, how could I have let this happen? I tried to comfort her once, but she just shut me out and sent me to my room. Since then, I've just tried to ignore it. Nothing feels right anymore. I miss my home. I miss my brother. I miss my old life. Dear Diary, today is August 2nd, 1997. I've been staring at box 11 for probably about 30 minutes now. It's full of Michael's things. I didn't even know this box was in my pile of stuff. He wouldn't want me to look inside. I don't think I'm ready to look inside. Dear Diary, today is August 3rd, 1997. I've just finished going through all of Michael's things. It was pretty much just a bunch of playing cards and a couple of his hats. His trumpet was in there as well. It still looks exactly the same. It's so weird. Before I would yell at him to shut up when he was playing it. It was always so loud. It practically shook the whole damn house every time he played. But now? Well, now I would do anything to hear him play again. I would honestly do anything just to see him again. Wait, is that? Oh my god. His note. Dear mother, father, and sister, I want you all to know that I love you all so much and that this decision was not made lightly. Right now, my life is so full and yet so empty at the same time. All of my free time is consumed by schoolwork and extracurriculars. I have never been so busy in my life. I talk to more people in a day than most do in a lifetime, and yet I feel so alone. About a week ago, while I was playing the trumpet, something came over me, a sense of contentment. All of a sudden, I knew what I had to do. It was so clear. In my heart, my mind, and my body, I just knew my time here was up. I know you all could see it. I've been trying to reach out more to see if maybe there was something I could do to change the way I feel, but I'm just so tired. Every day is draining, and my contentment has only grown. Last night, I had a dream. It was of the three of you, together in the kitchen, making a batch of cookies. The house looked as if I had never existed in it, and I think that is how it was always meant to be. I'm sorry that things had to end this way, but my time is up. Nothing gives me joy anymore. All I feel is content. To my loving mother, I'm sorry things are going to end this way. I just want you to know that this is what I want. I know that it's selfish, but this is what I want. I love you with all my heart, and I wish I felt differently. I really do. You, Dad, and Eden are the only people in this world I truly care about. After that dream, I just knew that there was nothing left to live for. If I couldn't even feel excitement about being with my family, the only people in this life that truly matter to me, then what did I have to look forward to? What did I have to live for? Thank you for being such an amazing mom. I love you. Father, I'm sorry I couldn't be the son you wanted me to be. I tried. I really tried. But in the end, it was just too much for me to bear. I hope you know that I love you, and that I wish things between us had been different. I know you were only trying to do what was best for me, but I am a shell. I'm a shell of who I used to be, who I truly was. Things that used to excite me simply do not anymore. I feel stuck, suffocated even, in my own body. I want to be able to breathe again, and this is the only way I know how. I just know it. I can feel it in my bones. Death is the only way. It has to be. I hope you understand. I love you. To my dear sister, Eden. You were the best sister a brother could ask for. You are the most annoying person I've ever met, but you still managed to make me laugh even throughout these last couple of days. I know you could see it. I know you could see me slowly falling into this place. I hope you never do, because as far as I can tell, there's no way back up. I wish I could have heard the end of your most recent story. It gave me chills listening to it this time around. I love you so much. Never lose who you are. With all the love left in my heart, Michael. I wish I hadn't read that. Man, I really wish I hadn't read that. I'm so sorry, Michael. Dear Diary, today is August 4th, 1997. I'm almost done unpacking. I have about 10 more boxes to go. I'm trying to decide how I want my bed to face. I'm thinking of putting it by the window. Yeah, right there. It's perfect. Mom's off to work. She got a job at the vet clinic in town as the new head vet. Personally, I'm still wondering what happened to the previous vet, but Mom seems to be happy, so I'm trying to keep my questions to myself. Dad, of course, still has his same journalism job. He loves it, but it keeps him away from the house a lot. He's taking Michael along with him this time around. I think they're in New York right now. I called Michael yesterday. We talked for a long while, and I told him that I found his note. He asked if I'd already shown it to Mom, and I told him the truth, that I had thrown it away. He said that was probably for the best. I couldn't stop myself from asking if he still felt content, though. He said that he doesn't feel it as often anymore, now that he's traveling around and seeing new things. He said he's realizing that there's a lot he would have missed out on if he had, you know. Dear Diary, today is August 6, 1997. I finished unpacking all 43 boxes. There is way too much stuff for this tiny room, so I made a giveaway pile. What else? Oh, I start school in about 2 weeks. It's so weird living in this little town. Denver, Colorado feels like its own little country compared to Lotus Valley, Michigan. There is really only one of everything here. One high school, one church, one supermarket. There aren't any chain stores either. It feels like its own separate world. Mom says it's charming, but I'm not convinced. Dear Diary, it's August 9th, 1997. My donation pile has turned into a bit of a donation mountain. It's mostly clothes and a couple of really old toys I didn't even know I still had. I haven't talked to Michael in a couple of days. Dad has called a few times, but he hasn't put Michael on the phone. I really hope he's okay. Mom's been working a lot more recently. When she is home, she isn't really here. She's stuck in her own mind, just itching to leave again. Recently, she just hands me a list of chores, then runs off somewhere else. It's quiet here. I'm not sure yet if that's a blessing or a curse. I guess in a sense, I feel really alone. I think that's what this is. I've never really felt this way before. Well, in all honesty, I've never really noticed how often I talk to other people. I always craved alone time in my old town, but now I would give anything to have one person to just, I don't even know, talk to. God, that sounds so wrong. So, today is August 11th, 1997. Michael is apparently back in the hospital. For good this time. Mom just told me that he attempted to kill himself. Again. I thought he was getting better. I'm so dumb. I can't even believe I thought he was okay now. Mom practically didn't even care. She didn't even come home to tell me. She just left a voicemail saying that she was going to New York to sign some papers with Dad so that Michael could be admitted to a mental hospital. He's not mental. He just needs to be able to breathe. They fuss over every little thing he does. It's no wonder he's going crazy. And while they're doing that, where does that leave me? Here, in this random-ass town, by myself, alone? In a stupid new house no one asked for. Michael needs this help. He needs our help and support. I just I just wish she would have taken me with her, or at least have asked me if I wanted to go. I wish I could do more for him. I wish I wasn't stuck here, waiting. Dear Diary, today is August 12th, 1997. Update on last night's whatever. Mom is on her way home. I'm still not entirely sure what went down with Michael in the previous couple days, but he's only going to be at this new place for about 2 weeks before going back on the road with Dad. So, whatever it was couldn't have been that bad, right? Right now, I am walking to the store to grab something for dinner. Mom left before getting groceries, so I'm currently living off of random snack foods and lunch meat. Everyone in this town keeps staring at me. I can't decide whether it's because I'm a new face or because I'm seemingly talking to myself. Might be a little of both. I'm going in. I successfully got the food, and now I'm walking back to the house. I think I'm gonna make myself a grilled cheese. Maybe sprinkle some basil on it. Add a pinch of paprika. I might make some tomato soup as well. What the actual... Oh my god. There are these 3 girls on the other side of the road, and I kid you not, one of them looks exactly like one of my old friends from middle school. It can't be though, right? I mean, what are the odds we'd end up in the same place years later? Well, I learned some very valuable life lessons today. Number 1 is that the oven that came with the house does not work. Well, that's not entirely true. It does work. It just takes a minute. The little click-click sound for the stove doesn't start until about 5 minutes after you originally turn the knob. Lesson number 2. I found out that the only button on the microwave that works is the popcorn button. So, obviously, I tried to heat up my soup using that. It did not work. Long story short, I have no more soup in a very messy microwave to clean. Lesson number 3. I learned that you need to make sure an oven is actually broken before you lean over it. I lost a good sweater today. Lesson number 4. I learned how our toaster works. 3 is burnt, 10 is cold, and 7 will burn one side of your toast but manage to keep the other side cold. I still haven't quite figured out how to get it to be just right yet, but I've run out of bread, and it's too late to go back to the store. So, chips it is! Dear Diary, today is August 13th, 1997. Mom never came home last night. She called and said that she was actually going to stay the night and head back Monday morning. So, looks like I'm home alone. Again. Woo. I went back to the store and bought some more food. I figured out that 6.5 is the sweet spot with the toaster. I also got less weird looks today on my walk to the store. I think that's a good thing. The cashier actually asked if I was new to town. It was nice being able to talk to another human for even just a short time. The guy at the counter even gave me a new customer discount. It feels weird saying all that out loud. Okay, so imagine this. A girl, probably about my age, 16, is walking to the docks late at night to meet her friend. Neither family is approving of their friendship, so they tried to keep it as hidden as possible. Hence, the secret meeting. Anyways, while she's waiting, a fisherman pulls her onto his boat and takes her captive. She will obviously struggle until she realizes that the fisherman isn't even a fisherman at all. It's actually her friend. The friend bought a boat and plans to escape to a neighboring city with it that night and wants to make the main character go with her. At first, the main character will resist, but then she'll come to agree after being pressured by her friend. I'm not sure how it'll end. I'll think of something later. Michael called. So, he didn't actually try to kill himself. Well, he said that he'd gotten into a fight with Dad, which caused Dad to storm out of the hotel room. Apparently, some hurtful things were said on both sides. He wouldn't get specific. So, after the argument, he was mad and accidentally took his pain pills again because he'd forgotten he'd already taken them before. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I believe him, but he felt comfortable enough to talk to me, so I didn't question his story's authenticity. Anyways, he said that he'd passed out about 20 or so minutes later, and when Dad came to the room, he assumed Michael tried to overdose and rushed him to the hospital. When Michael woke up, he was handcuffed to the bed and frantically trying to tell Dad what had really happened, but obviously Dad didn't believe him. A couple hours later, Mom showed up, and her and Dad signed some papers, which pretty much confined him to a special wing in the hospital for observation. Michael said that it isn't all that bad, though. He said he'd made some friends, and they were even able to call people for 2 hours of the day. We talked for a little longer about the new house and my attempts to burn it down last night. I learned that Mom and Dad are also worried about me. Apparently, Mom is looking into getting me a therapist, which is crazy. If anyone needs a therapist, it's her. Michael also said that Dad was looking for a new job closer to here. I don't think he'll actually take a job here, though. He's been on the road for as long as I can remember. He'd never, and I mean never, settle for a desk job. My talk with Michael was fun while it lasted, but he eventually had to go. I miss him. Dad just called and pretty much yelled at me for 2 hours. He said that I shouldn't be talking to Michael without permission. Since when was talking to one's own brother considered a crime? Michael called me. It was none of Dad's business anyway. He kept demanding that I tell him what Michael and I talked about. I actually stood my ground, though, and I told him that it was none of his business. He told me that this was the reason he never called me, because I'm too stubborn to have an actual conversation with. I reminded him that I get that from him. He just yelled more. I hung up after the third. I'm just so disappointed. He doesn't have the right to be disappointed. When he's actually here and becomes a real parent, he can talk about disappointment. Until then, he can just shut up. Dear Diary, today is August 14th, 1997. Mom came back early this morning. She was pretty mad at me for the way I ended things with Dad last night. She wanted me to call him back and apologize, but I told her no. She did not appreciate that. We went back and forth a little. We had a bad fight. I told her that when she started being a parent again, she could start having an opinion about the way I, talk to people. She told me that I was starting to sound just like Michael. I'm not very proud of this, But I asked her she was going to put me in a mental hospital too then. She started to cry, and I ran to my room. She came in about half an hour later apologizing for leaving me home alone for so long. We actually had a really good talk. I told her about how I've been feeling really lonely and that the tape recorder had actually been really, really helpful. She opened up about being worried about me ending up like Michael, and she talked a little about getting me a therapist. I don't want one, but I thought it best not to fight her right then and there. She also revealed some less than welcome news. Apparently, Michael's hospital bills came in, and they were more than they were anticipating. The stitches on his arms alone were over $2,000 with health insurance. Selling the house gave them a good amount of money, and they got the new house at a really good price, but they still don't have enough money to pay for all of it, plus the new stuff that's happened. So, they're going to sell the car. My car. This sucks. It all sucks. That is my car. Dad promised it to me. Of course, right when I'm able to drive, too, they have to go and sell it. I love Michael, but this just feels like another punch to the gut. That car was the one thing that brought my dad and I closer together. It was the one thing we could talk about, and we would even fix it up together when he was home. I wish there was another way. Any other way to get the money. I think I'm lost. I'm in the forest behind the house right now. Mom asked me to get more groceries, so I decided to take a different route because I really didn't want to have to deal with all the people staring at me again. Plus, I wanted to vent out my frustrations. Anyways, I swear the market was literally right over here. But I've been walking around for forever, and I haven't found... Oh my god. I just saw a body hanging from a tree. It didn't look right. It was hanging upside down, and it didn't have eyes. They were just hollow. Its body was super thin as well, almost flat. Like its blood had been drained out. Mom, open the door, please. It's an emergency. We need to call the police. I think I found a body. It was right there. The body, it was just hanging there. I swear. Hi everyone, our writer and voice for today's episode come from Clover N portraying Eden. This episode was produced and edited by Tobi H and Corde G. We really hope you enjoyed our pilot presenting our new podcast, Blackwater. We are very sorry for the wait and hope it was worth it. Thank you for all your support over these past couple months. We are truly grateful for each and every one of you. We hope you will tune in May 3rd for episode 2 on YouTube and Spotify at mi_Lotus Valley. If you're eager for more, you can check out our YouTube and TikTok again at mi_Lotus Valley. Again, thank you so much for all your patience during the creation period of this podcast. Please come join us on May 3rd for the release of episode 2 of Blackwater.